Alrighty. Reverend Dr. Bishop Billiam of the New Jersey State Apostolic Pentecostal Baptist Church of God in Christ has a word for all the YNs on the YouTube streets. And before we listen to his words, before we get to, cooking and talking shit, I just want to say, Brother Bill, Brother Franklin Delano Signifier, the president of Leftist Negroes, sexy sister Ola Yummy, the big three. I know y'all mean well. I know all of y'all on y'all side mean well. Y'all just wrong. And I'm not against y'all. I'm just against wrong shit. I've always been a corrector of sorts. I will say, just to be fair, this YouTube shit is hard as fuck. And this is my first time doing a little reaction video. This is my first time uploading one that actually looked like this. I've tried to do it before, doing video screen record. But like I said, man, salute to y'all because this YouTube shit is hard as fuck. But that don't mean I'm not going to try. And, we're going to talk about knowing about what we got, our faults, pros and cons, and strengths and weaknesses. Because here's the thing. Like I said, I know y'all mean well or whatever the fuck. When y'all say move further left, this what y'all mean. That's what y'all mean. It's just game banging. It's just game banging. Y'all don't actually want accuracy or balance or nuance, as y'all claim. Y'all just want to have control over the narratives. Y'all want talking points, and talking points are corny as fuck. Like, I'm not, like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? So yeah, like I said, shout out to y'all, but I'm gonna just say, before we start watching this video, human beings, yeah, I got my little list as I usually do. Human beings are very fucking different. Life is random. And for all y'all that believe in Jesus and all that dumb shit, you can look in the fucking Bible. Ecclesiastes 3:19 also says what I'm saying as well, which is that, when people say life is what you make it, what that insinuates is that life doesn't inherently have meaning. It all just depends on each and every individual person. Human beings are incredibly fucking volatile and influenced by various things, some more or less palpable than others. For example, that whole religious bullshit. I put in the comments as a joke that Bill should rename this video the Benevolent Patriarchy Crash Course, because essentially he's making a lot of assumptions based on not, without actually contextualizing where all of this shit comes from. He's not contextualizing that a lot of people are fluent, and no side does this. The red wing or right pill, whatever y'all call that dumb shit, them motherfuckers don't acknowledge, they definitely don't acknowledge that human beings are influenced by various things, influenced by various trends, first of all, oppression, different traumas that people have. And, a lot of times I had to realize that a lot of the cakes that I wasn't, clapping to use, because that's another thing. To have a title like How to Bag a Baddie is so, like, red pill, right wing coded, because it's at the very least negative normie culture coded, because it's like, that's objectification, simply put. And this person is your wife, which is hilarious. This is like you're referring to marrying your wife as bagging a baddie. That's cool. Excuse me. Well, one thing that I had to recognize and contextualize is that, bro, a lot of people who bag more or clap more than me, some of them are straight up rapists. They put women in precarious situations. Some of them are settling for things that, I would never settle for. Shit that I have a lot of deal breakers, and we're going to get to that later. And then thirdly, to Bill's point about hygiene, which like I said, he didn't say everything wrong. He definitely didn't say everything right. But this whole concept of, like, the only way you gonna be with somebody who got bad hygiene is if they also have bad hygiene. And my thing is, yeah, like, I've seen motherfuckers with bad, nasty teeth, dookie mouth, shit breath. And, not only is there other people to couple with who have them same negative quality traits, but also some people look past that shit. I remember being on Twitter because, the left left is just comedy. I remember being on Twitter, because y'all love to pick and choose. That's what I mean. Y'all never 100. I remember on Twitter, and we're going to get to reacting to the video. I remember on Twitter, somebody was like, making a list of things that we should stop perceiving culturally as unattractive. And so they was like, one of the things that stuck out, I don't even remember what the list was, but one of the things on the list was yellow teeth. And I'm like, okay, so are you saying that like yellow teeth is natural and that it's very unwoke for you to tell someone to brush their teeth? Like, y'all be saying anything. G. Especially whenever it's convenient for whatever the talking point is at said time. But yeah, let's one more thing before we start the video. do y'all remember on Facebook? I remember on Facebook a while back. Side note, I have not had a Twitter since Elon bitch ass got it, and I have not had a Facebook since 2016, since right around the Trump shit first started. So, just more about me, but also context to let you know how long ago what I'm about to say was. So I remember years back when motherfuckers was like, motherfuckers was like, I don't give a fuck how beautiful or sexy a woman is. Somewhere out there's a man that's tired of her bullshit. And bro, as a man that's stumbled upon quote unquote baddies, like I've, accidentally got a alleged baddie or two, or a few, or a handful. Yeah, almost each and every time it bit me on the ass. It was like either I wasn't ready for the lifestyle that came with them. Like some of these bitches was, I don't mean to use the B word, but some of them was, they was bitches. They wasn't very pleasant women. I'm not using the word indiscriminately. Some of them was like famous, like women that like was high profile and everybody, when they in public, people, oh girl, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no insecurities or nothing. It was just like, they expect certain shit. And me, the kind of crash out motherfucker I've always been, because I don't really take life it's not that I don't take life seriously. It's just that life is extremely random and that you can't just have rules on it. You have to have values, not rules. So all this shit Bill is talking about is kind of head ass. Not all of it, but a lot of it is head ass because it's rules. It's not values per se. And values don't have to be based on tradition and no shit like that, or leftism, or red pillory, or blue pillory, or Bill and Hillary, motherfucker. But anyway, shit went up. Yeah, so, yeah, G, let's just let this man talk, because I've been talking too much, and we came to hear the sermon on Mount Vernon looking ass.
Because I had saw this video, I saw several videos, stuff like, how to instantly make yourself more attractive, how to know, if a girl likes you, the 5 different types of modern women and blah, 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 blah. All of this, if it's not straight up manosphere, it's manosphere adjacent BS, right?
So is your title, but let's keep going.
And the thing that really got me is the stuff that's like how to attract a woman is stuff that is like stuff that I saw on like WikiHows 15 years ago. You dig what I'm saying? And I said to myself, I got a whole series of videos about this. You feel me? How to bag a baddie part 1 and part 2, right? And so initially I had this, I believe it or not, I had recorded this, I had recorded this while I was at the house waiting for my car to get done, right, and get dropped back off over there. And what I realized after watching it is that I've said all of this before. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make my own version of how to instantly make yourself more attractive. So
yeah, so that's another thing. There are certain things that he doesn't say in this video that he says in 1 or 2 of the other original videos that I was like, You know, this is actually pretty decent. You know, one of the things he talked about was expectations. I'm going to elaborate and go a lot further than he will ever be able to do. And that's not an insult to him. That's just like, bro, like these niggas on this left, alleged left, that ain't never been homeless. They ain't never like really been like socially recluse. Ain't never been to jail or nothing like that. You ain't had to sleep outdoors. You know what I'm saying? You ain't witnessed no crazy shit. Your family is all, you feel me, cohesive for the most part. What I'm about to say is not gonna, so it's crazy because it's like the advice he's giving is not universal. A lot of the people you talking to motherfuckers that's like anime kids and you know people that's probably socially introverted and all that dumb shit, and a lot of the times some of the reasons they're that way, half of the time is privilege, the other half of the time it's the opposite, that they done seen some shit and they don't really they're so overwhelmed that they don't really have the best interpersonal skills. That being said, they are not going to be able to do half the shit in his advice and get half as much success because there's, like I said, there's too many factors to life and too many factors to humanity, and that's exacerbated by the, you feel me, trends and traumas of the world. So in one of the videos he was talking about how like you can do everything right in my left videos and still not, you know, clap no cheeks. And the thing is, yeah, and the reason for that is also the reason why this title and concept is kind of head ass, because yeah, my bro, you cannot speak for any women. Only a woman can talk for herself, and even then she can only talk for herself. Here we go with this shit, man. Gee, if y'all watch my other videos, I'm an anti-natalist, I'm anti-pet. Like for real, my views on life is just very, very different, G. Like I don't believe in this whole, like I'm not a Christian, G. The Bible tells you we supposed to have dominion over animals and shit. The reason they got all these rats in everybody's yard is because of these damn dogs, G. God damn. Anyway, what the fuck I was saying. So, yeah, it's gonna be some motherfuckers that are gonna actually have to be. So here's my 3 general rules, and we gonna break them down as the video ends. The 2 things he kind of brought up, but I'm gonna elaborate more on, is self-awareness, self-discipline, and expectations, and they all kind of go hand in hand. Like a lot of people, based on the way that the world go, people think that they see a lot of people getting, access to sex and shit like that, and they think that that's just the way life is, and that's supposed to be like that for everybody. And if it's not like that for you, then you tweaking, there's something wrong with you. It's like, gee, life is fucking random as shit, and human beings are volatile as shit. You cannot just be. Anyway, let's let bro talk some more.
I want to make my own version of how to instantly make yourself more attractive. So what I'm going, so that's.
I also find it interesting that he words it that way, my own version. It's like, my brother, yeah, how you got your wife. This is not how to bag a. Bro, come on.
What we going to do. And basically, all this is condensing different parts of how to bag a baddie, right? Parts 1 and part 2. So, part 2 in particular, right? First things first is wash your ass. Seriously, like Joseph said, why should behind dog, especially if you smoke, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I remember when I was in college and I was talking to this one girl. I didn't know it at the time, but she smoked weed. And the reason why, that's kind of where I'm getting at, right, is that I ought not to be able to tell that you smoke weed.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, this afternoon we are compliments of my local homie. Rest in peace to my bro Pablo. I've been shopping with this brother off and on because I've been having to bounce all around town and shit because I've been on my nomadic shit. But bro will pull up. I think he's pulled up to every crib that I've like lived at and everybody house that I've lived with. And even people house I visited. You a real one, bro. I'm not obviously gonna say your name, but you know who you are, G. We smoking on this. Today's strain is called Pop Rocks. We need to have more cannabis influencers. But like I said, this YouTube shit is difficult as hell, G. But bro, I've been smoking for over half my life. I've been smoking. Yeah, I've been smoking for exactly half my life, I think. Actually, I think that I think that 420, I think 420 of next year will be a full 16 years that I've been smoking. And then I'm 32, so that'll officially be, because I think I started smoking in like spring of 2010. Yeah. 16 going on 17. And then, yeah, 32 going on 33. Yeah. Anyway, I'm bringing this up to say weed is very, very important to me. And yes, I do put weed over some of my relationships with people because it's not necessary for them to get in the way of weed. The thing that they want to do is see, weed is bad for business. I mean, we start to have more, it's crazy because today I watched a video that Bill released about this government shutdown. Kinda. It was actually about, I mean, it was about what it was about. But it did relate to the government shutdown. And prior to watching his video, I watched a video about how in that same session, these pieces of dog shit tried to do something. Now, I'm actually on the fence. I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm actually on the fence with this whole, how they're handling hemp products. Because if you ever, shout out to Prims to the Cinema, but if you ever see, today's episode is sponsored by Diet Smoke. You don't want to be too high and be tweaking. Sad hood movie. Like, yeah, bro, I know, get your money and all that shit, but everybody that has had a sponsorship with that Diet Smoke or anybody if you ever tried Delta 8, you know that shit is not legit. Fuck that shit. But the government is playing in their ass. And like somebody said, Bill Clinton was playing in Donald Trump's face. Man, bro, this shit is so fucked up because literally my male friends who don't smoke but they drink, and some of them are raging alcoholics, they don't have as hard of a time. And I have a video called Finding Love as a Black Male Stoner. Like dead ass, my brothers and sisters, I can't stress this shit enough. Weed has done so much positively for me, and it continues to do so much positively for me, that the only people who don't, there are people who smoke, like there are women, and some of them were the alleged baddies or whatever, who smoke weed, but they smoke it way less than me, and they smoke it on some, like, they're ashamed of it, so they don't smoke it a lot, and they're not super public about it, and they don't want people to know that they man smoke. I've had that happen a lot, and that shit used to blow my shit. I had an ex who used to use my breath smelling like weed as a way to like get me to stop smoking. Like she didn't want me all in her face smelling like weed. I don't want to kiss you and shit if you smell like weed. So eventually, obviously, I stopped dating shorty ass. She was the first girl that I ever fell in love with though. But the thing that's interesting about like how she moved is like a lot of people can look past so many things and be forgiven. But if you get in the way of how they appear socially, if you get in the way of their attempts to be upwardly mobile, these pieces of dog shit can literally cheat on you. And this one bitch I'm talking about, they could cheat on you and somehow think that you're the immature one, or you're the one with compromised morals because you're not gonna stop smoking weed even though you're a partner, or you're not gonna, like, I smoked weed daily and I smoked weed whatever part of the day I wanted. I'm a lot more strategic with when I smoke, but I still smoke every day and I still essentially smoke when I want, but I don't smoke like all day, all the time, which I ain't gonna say I've never done that, but I've never been that guy. Like, it's been a long time since I've been a wake and bake type guy. So I don't want anyone to think like she had, or anybody ever had, good reason. It just got in the way of their perception of people's perception. And I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. You fucking slut. You're a whore. Why would I care about your opinion? They're my parents. These compromised, coon-ass, house nigga, light-skinned motherfuckers. My dad is literally a stomp-the-yard-ass nigga. Go watch my video about the gray pill. Y'all talk about all the different pills. I made up my own pill. It's called the gray pill, adjacent to what I like to call the coconut pill, a la Sister Harris. I ain't following no fucking coconut tree. I exist within the context of the people that came before me, which means that a lot of this shit is not natural to feel the way we feel about things. A lot of shit is conditioning like a motherfucker, which brings us back to Reverend Doctor. Let's let him finish talking about weed, even though I'm pretty sure he ain't never smoked in his life. And if he did, he probably was one of the motherfuckers that was like, yo, dog. I'm gonna try to do his voice. Yo, dog. I ain't never doing that shit. Nah, I mean, you understand what I'm saying? He probably was high as hell and couldn't take the heat.
Weed until I actually see you roll up. You dig what I'm saying? You need to be, because there ain't nothing. This girl, I tell you, everything smelled immaculate. Matter of fact, I feel like that's half the reason why I was attracted to her to begin with.
That's another thing. Essential oils, soaps. My mama was using tea tree oil way back when. Some people don't like the smell of that. I had people who, in fact, it was a baddie who I kind of I ain't gonna say I got back in contact with her, but she's a young lady that I tried to like talk to when we was going to high school together, and we ended up like kissing, like, but that was about it. We ain't shit really go past that. I seen her fine ass on Instagram, was like, follow, and she followed me back. We just talked a little bit, but I don't know, she probably doing her own thing. I don't even know if she still stayed in Chicago or the state or whatever. But anyway, I'm bringing her up because I remember her little fine ass, like, back in high school. Like I said, I used to start smoking when I was in high school. I remember one time I came up to her and hugged her. She was like, "Ooh, you smell good. You smell like weed." So I'm not gray pill. Life has too many gray areas, and you know what color is close to gray? Silver. There's always a silver lining. Stop just listening to random advice. Oh, God, it's annoying. Anyway, like I said, some people like the smell of tea tree oil. Some people don't like the smell of tea tree oil. I don't give a fuck. If I like what I like, I'ma wear what I wear and smoke what I smoke. Kush is my cologne, gone and a super strong partner. Kush it. Hey, go listen to that shit when y'all done watching my shit. That's Kush is my cologne by Gucci Mane.
About smells in the past, and about how that's like the most underrated sense when it comes to attraction is smells. People don't pay nearly enough attention to smell, especially not men. Don't pay nearly as much attention as we should to the way that we smell when we trying to talk to somebody. But all kinds of incense, all kinds of candles, you know what I mean, that she had going on. You know, she had the air fresheners in her car, and then when I found out that she smoked, I said, all right, it made perfect sense. Because I don't know how many of you have ever smelled somebody that smells like a combination.
Was that a pun? Perfect sense. Ba-dum.
Nation of weed smoking BO. It smells like Sasquatch dick. That's what it smells like. It smells like Bigfoot scrotum. It is terrible. You get what I'm saying? So you niggas that's running around here, especially you like to spark up. Wash your ass, homie. Seriously, you should not be running around here and brush your teeth. And y'all niggas is too old to be running around here with all kinds of gunk, all kinds of tartar and plaque all in between your teeth. You know what I mean? Your mouth look and smell like a living compost heap. And yeah, you trying to talk to somebody?
Oh,
Come
he
on, man.
rhyming
Why
bars.
brush your teeth? Take care of your skin. Drink water, man. Drink water. That'll clear a lot of that acne, a lot of that stuff that's going on. If you drink water, you get what I'm saying, on a regular basis.
Shout out to Mick
Man,
Jenkins.
one of the biggest.
Thank God.
Somebody say that I don't drink water. The F you mean you don't drink water? What, you drink gasoline, nigga? I don't understand people, you feel me, who make being an alcoholic their whole person. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all have been in high school and college, and y'all meet them people that make being an alcoholic their whole personality.
I mean, I just told you.
Drink water?
I just told you a lot of those men still be pulling hoes because the I probably shouldn't say it like that, but hell, if Bill can do it, I can too. Anyway, the maidens, that shit crazy. Franklin Delano be saying that shit. The maidens, scaring the the maidens. Boy, if you'll get your little house on the prairie, face ass. Now, anyway, what the fuck I was finna say? So, club scene, right? Like Lil Bill said, I don't know if he says it in this video or in one of them other videos where I think it was one of them other videos where he was like going to the club wasn't really his shit. But guess what? For the alcoholics, that's their shit. You feel me? And as far as the brushing your teeth, bro, I floss. I got that Cook County insurance, so I don't get to see the dentist twice a year. I can only go once. But I still floss. I brush my teeth. Hey, bananas and strawberries, that's good for your teeth. I smoke weed in joints. I don't smoke it in tobacco because that shit stand your teeth up. So, bro, like, trust and believe. I know what the fuck I'm doing. But that don't mean shit. For real, because this motherfuckers that's smoking big blunts. And women doing all type of weird shit for him. So, and that's the thing. The left, like I said, they mean well or whatever. They just want to be, I guess, the ones who get to say what values are better than the values we currently have. And I get that, but I'm not trying to replace people's personal like
you want liver cancer before you 35 or something? What?
Hey, he kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. I do be watching this shit like a lot. He
Take care of your
entertaining.
skin. That don't mean you got to get a whole bunch of different.
That's another thing. The algorithm never really knows what to show me because I watch so much different shit. The algorithm shows me fight videos, big plump booty cheek fitness models, come do back day with me, little fine ass, sexy sisters, cute ass cat videos. I see a lot of Palestine, free the guys. I see a lot of Congo, free the guys and the girls. You feel me? I see a lot of Sudan, free them. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of all of that. What I don't see is none of the red pill shit. Not often. The honestly only time I see, it's crazy because a lot of the characters that the left talks about, I don't even know about until y'all tell me about them. Because for the most part, I watch y'all and all the other shit that I said. I'll be watching old school videos and pictures and shit on Instagram and YouTube from like who was the first black mail carrier on Chicago's South Side. Like little fun facts. Shout out to Urban, what's his name? Urban historian Sherman Six Figure Dilla. Shout out to Mr. Crim 3. You feel me? I'll be watching they shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are. Shout out to Foreign Man, but I haven't watched Foreign Man in a long time. He's notorious for just talking about randoms that I've never heard of. And I'm like, every time, bringing all of this up is anytime I click on some shit like that, that's when the algorithm starts to fuck up and starts sending me they bullshit. And I'm like, here we go. So this motherfucker talk about a bitch named Bonnie Blue and all type of disgusting shit. So I haven't been able to watch Brother Ransford in quite some time. But let's keep listening.
exfoliants or whatever, all you really need is some black soap and some lotion. That's what I use. I'm talking about the real black soap. You either get it from the African store or you gotta I get 3 big bars for like $20. 3 big bars from off of Amazon. You from
Okay, I'm gonna let him say that again.
I get 3 big bars for like $20. 3 big bars from off of Amazon. You from off of an Amazon store, right?
The infamous left. My black ass has not bought from Amazon since 2017, G. And you wanna know what's crazy? The only reason I bought some shit off of there was because I wanted to buy my mom, who I don't fuck with no more, G. I'm sorry. It sounds terrible to say that out loud, but my parents, a lot of other people in my family, y'all would not be hearing from me until further notice, because y'all ass dumb, and I'm tired of y'all ass. That's another thing. Be realistic, like I was saying. You got to be realistic about the type of traumas that you come with. If you're on some Eminem shit, or even some, I don't know, if you're on some, you just got a bad relationship with your mom, G, as a dude, or a bad relationship with your father as a woman, if you got a bad relationship with your family, period, no matter what gender you are, that shit is gonna come with you. So I do my best to protect people from me and protect me from myself by staying the fuck out of people's way. Some people gonna have to stay out of people's way. That's just the facts, the long and short of it. Like, I bought my mama this houndstooth. It was dope as hell. It was this white and black houndstooth pea coat. And I got her the largest size. She talking about it don't fit. And now I'm gonna need you to send me some money because in order to send this coat back to Amazon, I gotta pay $13 for shipping and handling or whatever. Gee, I gave my mama this little bitch ass $13. And when I went back to her house, that shit was still there. Like every time I went to visit her. And I was living in Minnesota at this time. That's why I had to do it with Amazon. I was living in Minnesota at this time, so I wasn't regularly coming back to Chicago like every weekend and no shit like that. It was like holidays. So gaps of time went by and she still had that motherfucking jacket. She's a fucking liar. Anyway, yeah, G, and that also impacts like the poverty and the experiences that I've had with like shit like giving gifts. People talk about all this love language bullshit. Gee, my love language is not and will never be giving gifts. I hate wasting shit. I hate wasting time, money, energy. I hate waste, G, so fucking much. Like so fucking much, G. So yeah, G, like y'all is talking about Amazon? That's crazy. You know something else about Bad for Business? There was a sister who, aside from not liking the fact that I wasn't drawn for her goof ass zodiac birthday politics she was trying to fucking do, that like a lot of my beliefs are not good for business. Like a lot of the women are not trying to bring me around their friends or nothing like that. Like I am exclusively kind of a sneaky link type of guy, but not even on no like whoremonger shit. I'm not trying to fuck like a bunch of girls left and right. Really, it's just that like if I get with a sister who I'm cool with enough to bring you back to my, cause for the most part I don't be going to nobody crib, G. That's another thing. People's expectations, if you don't got the money or the setup, this economy is ass. Like, fucking in this economy, I don't know how y'all are doing it. Because, like, the last time I had sex was this summer. And there's reasons for that. Like, shit was kind of just lined up that way. And I know how to, like, finesse. And not finesse in a negative way, but just, like I know how to line. I'm very organized and shit. So... Wagwan version. I took a week off.
Oh, really? I'll see you later, buddy.
Have a good day at work, man. Nah, be smooth. I'll see you later, man. Nah, but shout out to him. That's my cousin and shit. That's who I'm staying with and shit, man. I'm very grateful. Last time I was able to, have sex, I was staying with somebody else. And the last time I was able to have sex, I was staying with somebody else. And I was like, I know when they gonna be gone and for how long so we can get it on. Know what I'm talking about? So, but those are like every so often. Like it's not like back when I had my own apartment, that's when I was like it was conducive for me to like be in any kind of situationship or like my last relationship, a relationship against my fucking will. She was looking for that benevolent patriarchy. I'm like, I can't afford it. Go find someone else. And she wouldn't. I had my own crib and my head on straight. That was enough. That was it. And I wasn't like a creep or nothing. She had a fucking daughter and she moved her and her daughter in. And I was just like, oh my God. This was not, I didn't want none of this. But the point is, like, this economy is so fucked up. It got people moving different. They body different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Shout out to Wood Harris. But anyway, what was I finna fucking say? It got people going. Like people, it's so many factors to consider. But the left's so weird. Y'all niggas love this pro-ho shit. It's like we have to be careful with the activity of our genitals, our hearts, our minds. This shit is all involved. There's kids involved and potential kids involved. You know what I'm saying? Once you get close to somebody, you slamming them regularly. I shouldn't say that. We should stop using violent terms to describe sex. When you're having sex with somebody regularly, and you feel me, I was about to say loading them up. I can't tell if that's a violent term either, but you know you're having sex without a condom regularly, you know what I'm saying? And not pulling out or barely pulling out or pulling out occasionally. Man. All right, what the fuck I was finna say? This sister who I was talking to, she was so beautiful. Sexy little mama. Back on the Amazon shit. And / Zodiac shit. And I got another story about that Zodiac shit. This sister must have got mad. Like, do you work for Amazon? Are you a brand ambassador or some shit? I just don't understand how you don't like Amazon. What you want? I could buy you some shit from a black-owned business. Like, that's also how I move. Some women don't like that. Some women want to go to Nobu. No, I'm going to take you. This is not sponsored, obviously, but I'm going to take you to Virtue. I done went on dates at Virtue. They ended well. Virtue is a black-owned business on the south side of Chicago in Hyde Park on 53rd. When I lived in I had 2 apartments when I lived in Hyde Park, G. Because some white bitch couldn't drive. Started with a wreck. White bitch couldn't drive, so I got a check. Nah, I was trying to make that into a song, but I'm like, why not? I didn't really get that much money. But I had enough money to like pay rent for like a while. So, you know, the ladies was coming. You live in Hyde Park in Chicago, you got your own apartment, you young by yourself. Boy, those some good years. But anyway, what I was finna fucking say. So, and it was during COVID. Like I said, so many factors. But anyway, so Virtue, I heard that every Monday they close and they just clean the whole store top to bottom. That's what I'm saying, G. Are they doing that at Nobu with your little ass? Nah, but I need a man to give me like $1,000 dates. Okay, fine that. Like me, I don't give a fuck. I will jack off. Side note, y'all motherfuckers gotta get comfortable jacking off. I'm sorry, stop being insecure. Stop letting people convince y'all that you always gotta be fucking No Nut November or not. Motherfuckers need to be more comfortable being alone and doing some solo shit, for real. Anyway, what the fuck I was finna fucking say? Yeah, she's like complaining. She came to the crib complaining, not off rip, but I cooked for her and everything, G. I'm really like that. But she, you know, the food was good. I just really want to pick your brain and shit. So we never got to, you know what I'm saying, you know, connect physically, you know what I'm talking about. But she was chilling with me for a little bit, but I guess she didn't like the fact that I was too anti-capitalist and I was anti-spirituality. So it would bring me to another sister who the first time I met this sister, she tried to ask me what my birthday was. And I was like, I'm sorry, my sister, but I don't believe in that. And she got pissed. When I say she was pissed, she was pissed. She was like, I don't care if you don't believe in it. I asked you what your birthday was, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, nah, I hear you, but I'm not, I don't do that. And then she was like, you know what? Fine. Because first of all, I'll be able to find out your birthday anyway, or some shit. And I was just like, okay. Like a month later, we ended up, you feel me? So like I said, so many factors. Life is funny as hell. Life is random as hell. Shit be goofy, G. Like I can't, it's kind of, I want to take life seriously, but I've been like, I haven't been as suicidal recently, but I've been off and on suicidal since January, G. Cause like, I just like, this whole life shit is just kind of like, this shit random, G. Like, man, bro.
From off of Amazon. You from off of an Amazon store, right?
Looking
And
ass
you put some
Amazon.
lotion on your face. In the morning and before you.
No. See, I have, see what I mean? Just giving. So you should have a soap that has moisturizers in it and then figure out how your body, how your face reacts to that. And then also any kind of moisturizer, you should know what's in the moisturizer, know if you have any allergies or any reactions to shit. Because I do not put lotion on my face, G. I break out hella easy with anything. I'm not putting that shit on my face. I have like this spritzer. Cause first of all, I'm washing my face. I got this soap, right? Black on, I'm from no fucking Amazon. 83rd. Y'all know about Kyra imports. If you from Chicago, we got one on 53rd, they got one on 83rd, they got one on 87th. I was staying with my auntie on 80th Street, so I was going to the one on 83rd. They got these soaps, G. They imported from Brooklyn, black owned. So Kyrie Imports is an African restaurant. It's an African like clothing store, and they got like soaps and oils and all of that shit. It's soap with damn aloe vera and tea tree oil in it. Boy, that shit, man. But look, I go to a store that shall not be named because even though I've been shopping with this store for a long time, they still white owned, and y'all gonna have to pay me. But they sell this pink, for those of y'all who know, y'all know, they sell this pink face spritzer. And my ex, the one who moved in with, you know, the whole thing wasn't bad with her. If she watching this, she probably think, oh, how dare you badmouth me like that when I always support you and all that shit. Listen, I've been in crash out mode for a long time. So like, my apologies. You already know what it is. You did force me into the relationship, but at the end of the day, you know, it ended up having some benefits. And one of the benefits was I learned from her the spritzer that come from the store that shall not be named. And that spritzer, it's like it has witch hazel and rose water and some other more lighter moisturizers if you got the kind of skin that I got. See what I mean? Talking about put some lotion on your face every day. Man, nuance.
That and put some lotion on your face. In the morning and before you go to bed. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the first thing, is wash your behind, dog. The second thing is, what was the second thing I wanted to say? Read a book, man. Don't be boring. You feel me? A lot of you
Read a book. Nah, go ahead.
niggas, that's just what it is. I'm gonna say a lot of niggas and a lot of niggettes for that matter. The difference is, and I've talked about this several different times in the past, the difference is the way that men are socialized, right? Men are socialized in a way that we can ignore how boring you are so long as we like the way you look. You know what I mean? If you look good, we can ignore the fact that talking to you feels like watching paint dry. Women are not quite socialized in the same kind of way, right? So you're gonna have to come with something better than just what you doing.
Unless you in a gang.
Better than, you know, DMing her.
If you got some crazy shit going on in your life, even if you got some just bullshit ass street crash out shit, similarly, like currently I still be, even where I'm living now, I'm not living in Chicago right now, but I'm living a stone's throw from Chicago right now, and I'll still be on some crash out shit. Like the other day, the Jew community is very, very deep in this part of Chicagoland, and I did not know that. I was not ready. So I'm walking, just taking a walk. Actually, I went to go steal some shit. I ain't gonna lie. I went to go hit this thing. And on the way back from the stain I hit, I look in the motherfucking yard. No. It was actually on the way to the stain. I look in somebody's yard and I see multiple, what you call those things that's like yard signs. I see multiple yard signs in somebody's yard. It's fucked up. I couldn't know what word that was. But anyway, that say we support Israel or some bullshit like that. You know what I did? Just like when Paul Fallis goof ass was running for mayor. Anytime I saw his yard signs, I kicked them bitches up, kicked them bitches right in half, or I would kick. Here's a way to, cause I mean, a lot of y'all sometimes when I know some people do this as an act of rebellion to remove yard signs. Oh God, excuse me. But here's the thing. Don't grab them. That's bad on your back. And what you're probably doing is pulling the sticks out. And that's not what you're supposed to do. Hit the actual sign itself. Kick, like, let's say this the sign, right? And then my fingers right. I'm not throwing up a sign, but my fingers right is the little sticks that be in the ground. Right in the middle is where you want to kick like your toe. That bitch will go flying straight up, rocket style. Irie. No, but for real though, that's how I was coming. Why the fuck did I just bring that up? Anyway,
A picture.
I brought it up because a lot of women, believe it or not, like of varying degrees, like I never got to that point with, well, never mind. Just know it's life random, G. That's all I'm gonna say. What the fuck I was finna say? Yeah, just know that women sometimes be intrigued and interested and try to get some proximity. If you're on a certain type of if you're a crash out and you're like a famous rapper, if you're a crash out and you're like on the more intellectual side, or your crash out is like because of like certain values that you stand on, or motherfucking protesting and political shit and black power shit, yeah, man. That shit be exciting to motherfuckers.
She took up herself and talking about how bad you want to, stick your face in between her titties. You dig what I'm saying? You had to do better than that, dog. You feel me? Learn some Shakespeare. You feel me? Learn some
This was what made me do the video to begin with. Was this man saying, learn some Shakespeare? Boy, learn some Shakespeare? You was supposed to say LOL or something after that, my boy. Like, we all had to read Shakespeare in school. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Let me put these gloves on. I'm ashy as hell and I'm cold. But anyway, and yeah, if you got the kind of skin I got, like, you also, going back to the whole put lotion on your face, some people are going to need heavier shit on different parts of the body, and you going to have to sometimes bring shit with you. As light-skinned as I am, I get ashy a lot, but mainly just my hands. Like, my face don't get ashy, especially with the soaps that I be using, and my motherfucking legs and arms and shit, they get ashy like how my hands do. But like the middle, like from my knees to like my neck and face and shit, that shit don't really get ashy. But that's just, I don't know, genetics or some type of just mutation. I don't fucking know. But motherfuckers gotta learn that shit about themselves. That's the whole point. You gotta learn yourself. You gotta learn the pros and cons to your life, because all of this following advice shit, you really just got to know what worked for you. Also, you got to be realistic about the kind of women that go for you. What kind of women are you going for? What kind of women are going for you? And what kind of women you end up with? Because those could be 3 different groups or 2 groups or overlap or whatever. You got to figure that shit out. All of this believing in what the fuck somebody else say because they got this or got that, that's them. That don't got shit to do with you. That don't got shit to do with you. So... yeah, G.
What's old boy name?
Oh, yeah. He said read some Shakespeare. This motherfucker didn't say Bell Hooks or something. It's crazy because, Bell Hooks was saying, all of this about anti-patriarchy and all of this. But these motherfuckers worship God. I'm going to keep beating y'all head over with this shit. You cannot, how are you